guys? Welcome back to Plant Wish List Wednesdays. So today, well, yeah, today is a new video. You guys probably know I took a week off for my birthday. Yay, my birthday. So, we are back today. This week rather, with some more videos. And guess what? Today is one of the newer ones because we are on our wish list Wednesday. Now, if you guys are new, what I do every Wednesday is I go over two wish list plants that, of course, that I have. Okay, I would say 90% of them that I've been drooling over for some time now, and the goal is basically just to go over them, the aspects of this plant, basically how it grows, thrives, the whatnots and do nots of these plants, and then also ultimately getting my hands on these plants and adding them into my collection, and of course, being able to knock these plants off of my wish list. Now, keep in mind that some of these plants are very expensive, so yeah, me going out and getting them tomorrow will definitely not happen. So that is why they're on the wish list. But you guys, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first plant that I have here on the list, um, this plant actually, when I first seen it, it reminded me of a, what do you call that? Philodendron. Is it golden dragon? I think. Hmm. Something of that nature. Yeah, I think it's Philodendron golden dragon. And when I finally figured out what it was like, oh, okay. This one here is a lot more affordable than the golden dragon. Um, Not saying that the golden dragon. Well, if you're getting a nice specimen of any of these plants, you guys, they're pretty expensive. So, but I'm definitely able to go out and get a golden dragon, but um as I said before previously on other wish list Wednesdays, you guys, I can see myself spending more money um, on something else than something that is not directly on the top of my wish list. So, but anyway, like I was saying, it reminded me of a golden dragon, and when I figured out what it was, I was like, yeah, okay. So then, of course, I went doing research on her, and I figured out that she is very affordable. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye out on this one. But you guys, this plant is the Philodendron. I think it's bipennifolium Splash Gordon or Splashy Gordon, or you can just say Philodendron Splashy Gordon. It comes right up. Now, just like any other philodendron, you guys, this plant does not like to be waterlogged. And if you check out the foliage, and of course, you guys will be adding pictures. I think they usually be up here. Yeah, let's hope I'm pointing at the right square. Usually be up in that area, but yeah, if you look at these pictures, they remind you of like a golden dragon or even some kind of depending on the variegation of this plant, some kind of sport variegated, which it could be a sport variegated, but as you can see, you guys, this is like one pretty little plant. It gives you that um what is the word? Let's just say it, mm, it demands. Okay, it's the type of plant that demands attention without demanding attention, if you get what I'm saying. So, just like this here, this is not a philodendron. Just like this here, devil's backbone. Um, it's the type of plant that, as you can see, just with the outlining of variegation of the white, it's one of those plants that, oh man, it's like I have it like right here, guys, but it's hard to explain that actual thought. Okay, but you guys should know it's like it demands the attention without. It's like a pink princess or Jose Bueno without being a pink princess or Jose Bueno, if you get what I'm saying. So basically, you guys, it's like this plant here is. Oh my, here we go. I'm trying to describe it, but oh my goodness. Okay, let's just put this in perspective. So it's kind of like, for me, a pink princess is like if you have your regular foliage plants and you're looking or glancing and it's like, oh, I see a little pink leaf. What is this plant? Conversation starter. Conversation starter. Yes, this plant is a very conversation starter kind of plant. Um, Again, these pictures here are just, well, these are some of the ones that I found. Again, guys, if these pictures are doing you no justice, even if they are, Google this plant and just check out the plant yourself, you guys, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it. But yeah, this plant here again demands attention, but does not ask for it at all. It reminds me, as I said before, of a kind of a sport variegated type of plant. Now, with this philodendron, you will most definitely grow it the same way as most of all your other philodendrons. They do not like to be wet at all. They can tolerate bright light, but I would not. Um, Place them in direct sunlight just because of the leaves will burn. Now, keep in mind, if you're getting a plant straight from your nursery, or if you're ordering this plant straight offline, Etsy, eBay, wherever you're getting it from, then of course direct sunlight will burn your leaves because this plant was not grown in the intensity, with that light intensity. Kind of like, you guys, I compare it to like your water roots or your propagations. Water roots are completely different from your dirt roots, or soil roots, which are completely different from like sand roots or cactus roots, you know. So, what I normally do, let's just go back. Yeah, what I normally do for all of my philodendrons, you guys, you should know this by now. What I normally do is I will say hack them. I try not to hack them up or cut them up, so that so they can get more established to to their growing conditions. Rather, I won't say mine growing, is theirs. However you put it, growing conditions, so they can acclimate a lot faster than what, um, I would say, a lot faster than most people because of this. This is kind of hard to explain it. Let's just say this: all of my philodendrons, or 90+% of my plants are, especially my rare uncommon plants, are in sphagnum moss. And when you're ordering plants, unless they're like cuttings or coming from somewhere that has regulations with soils and stuff like that, then you're getting your plants, are usually bare root and spag. But if I'm going out to like nurseries and things like that, then of course, they're coming in soil or whatever the medium is. It's like a 99% that it's in some kind of medium besides spag. I've yet to buy a plant that is in spag, or growing in spag rather, not ship, but growing in spag. But yeah, I will have to take it out of that pot that it's in and rinse the roots off, and then put it into water that I can guarantee you at least about 40, 35, between 45%, depending on the plant that day, the conditions, maybe the water quality. You would lose most of those roots because those roots are not accustomed to a lot of water. And then you will start to produce your water roots, and it goes from there. And then I'm able to, transplant it, put it in this bag, and go from there. But for the most part, yeah, that's how she was. That's how they would end up. But of course, you guys, this plant here, again, just like any other philodendron, you give it that bright, direct light, it should be just fine. Um, if you're starting to grow over your plant, starting to grow over. If you're starting over with a plant, it has a better chance of growing in direct sunlight if it started off in direct sunlight, if you get what I'm saying. So the conditions is used to the bright intensity of the light. So, um, for the most part, that plant will be okay, but just sticking directly into sunlight, bad idea. Um, Again, watering is the same way. You don't want to give this plant extra water, wet feed, dead roots, rotting roots. You don't want that, even though the plant will regenerate or try to start over. You will have small leaves at the top, and risks at that point you'd be risking losing your entire plant just because of the rot travels sometimes up the stem until there's nothing left. So keep that in mind as well. And then also with most of your tropical plants, humidity is the key, especially with your area roots or your vining plants or your aeroids. Anything of that nature that has area roots, they love the humidity. Um, so that will definitely help your plant in the long run as well, especially when you're trying to propagate. And also keep in mind with these area roots, it helps intake a lot of water and nutrients as well, especially when the plants get tall. When the plant grows up a tree or wherever's growing up, this also helps the nutrients to get to certain places without just counting directly on the bottom, which also gives you those bigger leaves that we all love, especially when it's a nice philodendron that you like. Mm. But yeah, guys, I will be getting my hands on this here philodendron. Um, Bipennifolium Splash Gordon. Again, guys, go look up this plant. I'm telling you, you will fall for it just like I did. Again, this plant, I think nice sizes run you maybe like $80, $90 plus shipping, depending on where you're getting it from. Very affordable. So, yeah, I'm just really thinking about that, you guys. Um, I can't go into too much detail until that video comes out, but I think it should be out like towards the end of the month. That's like my plant haul video. And I have some plants that kind of resemble, and I hate having the same kind of plant that resembles another plant, especially when it's not like my number one plant. And you guys, my number one plant at this moment is my Marantzas, um, my Marantza silver band. There we go. But Marantzas in general, I love those things to death. Calatheas, I do love those too. Those are my original babies, if some of you guys remember. Um, but yeah, we'll get more into depth on plant leaf shapes once I do that video. But yeah, guys, check that plant out. Philodendron bipellifolium, Gordon Splash or Splashy Gordon, and yeah, just admire it and go pick one up, you guys. Let's move on to the next plant. Now, this next plant, you guys reminded me kind of, yeah, honestly, it's in except for the leaf shape, it reminded me of a let's, haha, I knew it. I almost called it a philodendron. It reminded me of the neon pothos, except variegated, sorta, with the green variegation. Yeah, but yeah. This I have one outside that it kind of looks like one, but I know it's not one because um I know exactly where it came from, and it's not the one though. But anyway, this next plant, you guys, it is the Philodendron Hederaceum Gabby. Now we all know that Pete here loves the lime color. Is like something you can bite and eat, and I most definitely want this. Uh, okay. Now, mind you, I've never had one of these plants before, and I can honestly tell you that the Brazil philodendron itself is a wonderful plant. But me personally, I'm not sure if I don't know. I'll take that back. Let's take that back. And I'm only taking it back because what I was fixing to say would have been completely false only because of what I've seen the past couple days. I was going to say it's kind of hard for me to grow the Brazil philodendron, but I said but only because of I've moved mine like 50 times, and this one time is I haven't moved it in I don't know how many months, and it's finally starting to give me what I needed to give me. So I can't say I. Okay, all right, guys. So this plant here, I don't know. I can't not say I can't grow it because all plants are different. Just oh my goodness, guys. Just like my Marantzsa lemon lime compared to my red Marantzsa. Same. You would think it's the same plant. Nope. Could no. That lime needs more light than the red. Of course, I know, but yeah, that's how I lost. I think like one of mine. I put them in two different spots, and okay, we're talking about Marantzsa. So this Gabby, you guys check out these pictures. Now again, this Gabby reminds me of, like I was saying, a neon pothos, kind of like the variegated one, or even the golden goddess. Yeah, more of the golden goddess kind of tie constellation kind of ish. But as you can tell by these pictures, you guys, now this plant here, it grows in like a funky kind of shape because of all of the variegation. Kind of like your Monstera albos or Thai constellations, or how about this? Any kind of like half moon variegated plant. You know that the dominant side is always the green. So if there's any green on this here, Gabby, that would be the best looking part or the thicker part. But this Gabby, as it grows out kind of. Uh, I have my Hawaiian giant leaf pothos here that I probably shouldn't show you guys until I show you the update, huh? Hmm. Yeah. So I can't use that, right? So so let's just say the leaf comes out normal size or big size or regular shape, but as it starts to harden off, the leaf will actually shrinking, guys. And again, it kind of reminds you of like the monstera or any kind of variegated plant where the green part dominates, and then like the plant, like this is the perfect leaf right here, you guys. So if this is your perfect leaf, everything is green. So if you have like your like I was saying, monstera or any kind of half, hopefully you give me half variegated plant, then if this side is more green, then of course how can I do that? Then there we go, something like that. So of course this side would be a lot more bigger, and it kind of messes up the shape a little bit, but it still looks good, you know. So yeah, these plants, as they grow out, the leaves grow out, they shrink up a little bit, and it gives this like this little funky kind of heart kind of shape. This plant is like really a really good specimen, you guys. I've From the research I've seen, now these, I have a better chance of buying me a mature Monstera Thai constellation. That is how much this plant is worth. We're talking four zeros. This many. And the plant that I seen, you guys, the pot is not even bigger than my little candle here, and I'm not even tripping. And I don't know what I'm gonna put. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right here. So when I go to edit, I'm gonna show you this little guy. This thing is like I don't see myself owning this plant, you guys, in a very, very, very long time. Again, we're talking four zeros. Do you know how many plants that I can really cover with four zeros? But yeah. Um this plant here definitely loves and will need that bright and direct sunlight. Now mind you, this plant is not like your other other um albo or variegated plants, whereas in if it comes out a complete yellow color or white color, it will not the leaf will not melt or burn off or any kind of weird thing. Only because this plant is genetically modified. Is it modified? This plant it has genes in it, okay, that comes out and it knows that hey, this is me and this is what I'm supposed to look like. Now mind you, every leaf is not exactly pure creamish, whitish, yellowish, orangish color. Now there are some specks of green, and then some also start off kind of like your reminds me of a the no, the cream. I think it's a silver stripe or the cream splash or something, cream stripe. One of those, but one thing about this plant that I've seen, I noticed a lot. It is, and I will be placing that picture somewhere. I don't know where it's at or where it's going to be placed, but with these, they give you that. It's like one sexy little, like white silverish line, and I mean line is like thin, you guys, and it just like can you see like the little space between my hand? Like that's how thin it is, and all this over here is green. But of course, as this plant matures, then the color starts to come out. Now you can see just like the one that's $12 million that you just seen, get them maybe from a cutting and um propagate them that way. Don't quote me on it. Haven't had one. Not seeing myself with one of these no time within the next 10 years. Not happening. Not happening. Now I can see myself spending that money within 10 years on maybe 20 different other plants, but that's like 1 year per plant. Two plants per year? That's not enough. You get what I'm saying, but I can spend more, with that time than just waiting on this here plant. Now you're talking about penny pitching. Yeah, this plant here, even though it is this plant here sits mid yeah, let's just say half midway on the wish list, as in basically I wanted you guys, but it's not to the point where it's up there, but it's not to the point where I'm like, okay, it's a Gabby, whatever. Yes, I want one, but it's not that serious just because of the price. Now, if the pricing was more reasonable, then yeah, she would probably be like top 15, guaranteed top 15. But now, no, no, this is not happening. But as I was saying, you guys, this plant here is just like any other philodendron. You do not want to overwater this plant. Oh, you do not want to overwater this plant. I'm telling you, you probably have a cardiac arrest, and I might have one for you. Oh my. Oh. Um. Again, you want the bright, direct sunlight. Indirect, direct, indirect sunlight. For these guys, I wouldn't test my waters with this price. I definitely wouldn't test my waters putting it direct sunlight again, unless it has been growing in direct sunlight. I wouldn't do it. You're going to burn the leaves and definitely destroy this plant. And yeah, I can tell you again with the lightness of those leaves, wrong move, plant destroyed. Now, of course, you can go back and try and to do your wet sticks, propagate that way. But who wants to do that when you've paid 4 digits for a plant? Yeah, but keep that in mind. And also humidity helps a hell of a lot with these plants, especially tropical. Humidity definitely helps keeps down your most of your plant, well, a lot of your plant pests, and also helps your plant out as well with nutrients and water. So keep that in mind. Now, again, guys, check out these pictures. If they are not doing you any justice, go back to Google. This is where I pulled them from, and check them out. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I know some other YouTubers or influencers, like just this little bitty one that I showed you that's worth 4,000 something, or 4 zeros, not gonna say 4,000, 4 zeros. I'm pretty sure they will love it just because one is tiny, and then also the color, how it grows. But yeah, guys, go and check this plant out. Again, out of all the plants that I've mentioned, I would not steer you wrong. A lot of you guys who's been following me, know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you haven't even heard of some of the ones that I mentioned. I wouldn't feel bad about it because I can tell you half of these are just new to me within maybe the time I started my channel. So, um, yeah, and you know what? There's been a lot more added since then. Even when I took my little break, guys. Yeah. But yeah, guys, check these plants out and let me know. Have you heard any of these down in the comment section? Because like I said, once I seen these, I was just baffled. It's like, well, how many freaking kinds of forms and shapes and colors and grow patterns? Like, it's a lot, and luckily there's a lot that I can go through and learn from, pick from, and just enjoy life with plants. So, but anyway, you guys, that is it here for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, comment down below. Let me know if you have any of these plants anywhere around you, wherever you may be. Now, I don't think I may have heard Splash Gordon before. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I'm not. I know I haven't mentioned it on here, but yeah, maybe I've said it so many times or looked at the picture so many times. I may be thinking I've seen it, but yeah, but I know for a fact I haven't seen or even heard of a Gabby until maybe like a month or so ago. And it's like, yeah, there's so many of those heterasiums, maybe 6 or 7 or more. Don't quote me on that because when I thought it was only like maybe 2 or 3, then like 4 more came out of the picture. I don't know, but guys, go and check these pictures out. Um, if the ones that go check this plant out if these pictures are not doing you any justice. But again, guys, thanks for coming back. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, also comment down below, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye.